took a bit of time on this one. A bit of time. But
Did that bother you though, say?
no, not at all, because you make your own decision. I genuinely felt I will give you information. And you can ask me questions and hopefully with my replies, you must make up your own mind.
Previous coaches told you what you were doing wrong. Duncan Fletcher not only told you how you were doing wrong, tried to take it back 10 levels to how to correct it. The way he thought out of the box, not just on our team, on opposition players and how to get them out. He was aware.
When I first started in 1999 to suddenly somehow managing to get to the number one player in the world, it was purely because of the advice that he gave me in alignment, balance, positioning at the crease, mindset. Duncan Fletcher was 15 to 20 years ahead of his time, both in the way that he coached, both in the way that he thought about the game, both in the way that he saw the technical side of the game. I've never ever seen anyone see. When Kyle continued to spot wide of the crease, he used to stand on the leg stump. And that ball coming in, there's a big gap between bat and pad, and anything that went away, you felt like he was going like an off cutter. And just subtly, just go and do it. And he demonstrated with the diagram, the angles, and he said, well, bat and off stump. Bat and off stump, completely chipped that angle down. Kyle will have to go wider. All of a sudden, LBW ball's out of the equation. For him to bowl from that angle and to get it full line, you can't do it because you can actually see you get loads of cut balls. So just bat and off stump. It was almost like a feeling of relaxation from facing the kind of team every nightmare to suddenly just one step to the off stump, everything they told us to do.
He loved that little minute analysis. The thing that got him most excited was that little minute analysis of technique, an actual changing of technique, coaching of technique. That's what Fletcher was instilling in his big batsman.
That interests you?
Oh, I love it. All these sort of things just to take the game forward.
It wasn't just the technical side of the game that Fletcher was influencing. In the series against the West Indies, Marcus Trescothick, somewhat out of the blue to many, had made his debut thanks to Duncan's ability to spot the sort of talent that was needed for international cricket.
I saw Marcus playing innings at Somerset. Some of the things he did, that strength that he just shot across, it was but it wasn't just, it was just quality. On this guy, nothing. My first thing was I need to get to see to get there. Trescothick. It should be I can see the I'm so great with Trescothick. He gets it there, he nicks it outside of the stump. His grandpa nicked it outside of the full stump. It was like Simon Jones. They weren't going to pick him and harness him to go to the academy in Australia. And when I had the meeting with Marsh and Hugh Morris in Hugh's office at Lord's, they said, who do you want? I said, Hugh, I don't care who you send. I'll never forget this. I don't care who you send to Australia that academy, but you will send Palmerson and Jones.
What sort of players were you looking for going forward?
You're testing my memory here. Character. Well, I just believe really strong individuals who are confident. They've got a confidence about them. And there's all depends on confidence who are up for a challenge. I just feel there's two types of people in a way. There's those that enjoy the challenge, and there's those that see the situation as a threat. But it all boils down to is whether I can see that guy got a future with England and a long future, because I'm not going to put money and investment time into this investment knowing that you're just going to get
I can't reach it. You can't reach it?
The ability of Fletcher to pick the players who he thought had the talent and would be up to the job was not always straightforward. It's an age-old debate about who should ultimately pick the side. A lot of those who've been England coach have the view that having to work with a selection committee is not always ideal.
I believe there should be no selectors. You should have like a consultant, a guy who goes around looking for you. But I think the head coach should be the sole selector of his management team. You know, when I was there, there was 3 or 4 selectors. To try and get those all to agree and disagree is quite difficult.
Despite the differences over selection, as Fletcher's time in charge developed, the results in Test cricket quickly improved. In his first 3 years and 14 series in charge, England won 6, drew 4, and only lost 4 series, 2 of those against Australia. By the time he left in April 2007, the record in the 27 Test series that Duncan oversaw read 114, drew 6, lost 7. Impressive by anyone's standards. The story in one-day cricket, however, in stark contrast, was disappointing.
There were times where I felt we should have done better than what we did. I just think England were behind in the one-day game. Just in everything, how we approached it, and some of the talent were there. And I mean, the talent was just, it was like mental development to try and break it through to get a mental. I mean, you see today, and I talk about mental development. 10 years ago, you would never think what people do now today. You see what I mean? But it's just mental. No one's really changed their techniques to the degree. They try different shots. I agree, but basically the technique's still the same. You know, you might have predetermined backlifts, which has changed a little bit. But it's a mental thing that you can do it. And I just think we lack the confidence in it.
Was selection at some of the squads also potentially an issue? Sort of, my memory of that era is you were almost rewarded for doing well in Test match by having a spot in the ODI squad. Would you agree?
No, I think you're quite right. There's probably we didn't really identify one-day cricket as a total separate entity to do the players could fit those.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, beautiful shot! What a victory! What a magnificent victory for the West Indies! You don't see it, but oh, you feel sorry for him on boys, but brilliant! Absolutely brilliant!
Having their misses for you, right? The 2002 game of Lords against England, of course, in the Champions Trophy final at the Oval.
Would you play?
What's your greatest regret about not getting across the line in those games? And you got across the line. Do you think that would change the course of England in one-day cricket?
While you were talking, I was going to say that I believe that one-day final in
Hey, what you know about hey down in
ਇਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਖਾਧੀ
the
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਬਚੀ ਦੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਮਾਲ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
Take a look at this, they'll be looking at the big screen, captain and bowler. Hawkeye's view, where's it hitting? Is it missing? It's hitting middle and leg. England thought so.
It's phenomenal. If that had happened, I reckon it would have changed the course of our one-day.
While the 2004 Champions Trophy may have been a tantalisingly close success story, the 2 World Cups that Fletcher presided over were unmitigated disasters. Indeed, failure in the 2007 campaign would ultimately cost Duncan his job. It was, though, the 2003 Cup in South Africa which generated the most headlines.
The clock is ticking for England. ICC President Malcolm